This is the final video to demonstrate how we then look at our photos once we've taken them from the WeCapture app, been sent to our web server, how we get onto the web server and view our photos. So if you haven't got it already preloaded, we search on the WeIntegrate website. We then log in to view photos. It'll ask for our username and password, which will have been pre-assigned. I'll just put our test site in here. And if I've got that right, I should be able to sign in. Okay, so it may come up first of all saying estimates, but what we do is we click into custom photos, which will then bring up our fields that we've put or chosen to put inside the app, will show along the top. So registration number, rental agreement, branch, in this instance we've got Richard's name in there, customer email, he decided to email himself a link to the photos, and he's also put some notes in there, demonstration photos. You may use that field to point out some damage that was pre-existing and maybe make a note, or you simply might use that field when you're bringing vehicles back in and you've noticed some damage on them. And of course we've got the date added here. Now if you can imagine, over time we're going to have hundreds of these registration number, rental agreement, hundreds of batches of photos. So if we want to go back and find one historically, maybe 2 or 3 months ago, or maybe just last week, the customer's come in, we've noticed some damage, we say to the customer, we need to just take a look at that to make sure that the damage was already there or wasn't there, and I don't want to charge you without knowing fully the situation. So you'll come back in, and what you'll do, what the easiest to do is, once you've got to this stage, is to grab either the registration number or possibly the rental agreement. Might be the easiest, and we simply drag and drop, copy that, and we go across to the search function on the right hand side, click search, drop it into the search field. What we might do is tick the box to say we want to display the photos when they come up, and we click search. Now what happens is that these photos come up with the thumbnails down the right hand side. So now we want to go through and scroll through and have a look at those photos. We'll go through and click through them in the order that they were taken. And if we go find the one with the damage and we want to point out that there was maybe a scratch on that alloy, or we'd notice a scratch on the alloy, and we now look at it and there is no scratches on the alloy when it went out, that proves our case. What you'll also see, and it's only written in small here but it's bigger on your own screen, is the date and time is stamped on the photo in the top left hand corner, and that was the time and date that the photo was actually taken off the device, not when it was sent or not when it came through onto the server, but when it was taken, so it's nice and accurate. Okay, and then when we're finished with those photos and we want to go back to our server, we simply just close out of that and it'll take us back to our server page. What I'd suggest is, after the first time that you've logged on to your server, you go in and you can save it as a favorite up here. You might call it WeCapture. Oops, I won't do that in capitals if I can remember. And then we go done. And then if we've got a favourites bar along there, it won't fit on my one. You'll be able to simply click through, and you won't have to go through, or shouldn't have to go through, the login process every time you want to bring up the photos. And that's pretty much it.